People stare at the calendar, and all they see is a countdown. They hit 40 and panic. They hit 50 and sink into depression. They hit 60 and they think it's over. Done. Finished. Time to pack up the circus tent, sink into the armchair, and wait for the reaper to knock. I'm 92 years old. If you're 60 right now watching this, I've already lived a whole second life since I was your age. 32 years. Think about that. That's the same amount of time between a newborn and a 30-year-old. A whole life. Hear that? You're going to sit there and tell me it's too late. You say you're too old to start a business, too old to write that book, too old to fall in love again. Let me be clear. You're not old. You're scared. And lazy. And that, my friend, is the real tragedy. Wasting the last third of your life staring at the wall. That is a sin. Here's the truth about starting over. Step 1. Let go of the lie you tell yourself. I call it the wrong bus lie. Maybe you spent 20, 30 years in a job you hated. An accountant, insurance salesman, miserable every single day, but you stayed. Why? Because you say, I've already invested so much, I can't quit now. Let me ask you something. If you got on the wrong bus and rode it 500 miles in the wrong direction, would it make sense to stay on it just because you bought the ticket? No. You get off. Yeah, you'll have to walk back. Yeah, you're far from where you wanted to be. But now, at least you're moving towards something real. I knew a man, Jerry, lawyer, hated every second of it, miserable, drank too much. At 55, he quit, started building furniture. His wife thought he was insane. His friends laughed. Jerry is throwing away a pension. He didn't care. He spent the next 30 years until he was 85, smelling like sawdust, smiling every day. Those 30 years, he lived more than he did in the first 50. Don't honor a mistake just because you spent a long time making it. Cut the line. Let it go. Step 2, here's the real reason you're not starting over. It's not money. It's not energy. It's your ego. You love being the expert, the guy who knows the answers. Let's start something new today. Learn to code. Launch a YouTube channel. Pick up a guitar. And suddenly, you're a beginner. A nobody. You might even have to take orders from a 25-year-old. It ad burns, doesn't it? You're scared of looking stupid. Scared of being the old dog learning new tricks. Here's the truth most people never learn. There is no dignity in pretending to be happy. There is no dignity in being the expert at a life you hate. Kill your pride. Be the fool. Be the beginner. Ask the stupid questions. The most dangerous man in the world is an old man willing to learn like a child, with the humility of a student and the wisdom of a master. That they're gone. Not from a heart attack, not from cancer. They died of rot, the slow decay that creeps in when you stop moving, stop fighting, stop living with fire in your veins. Machines rust when they sit idle. Brains rot when they sit unused. And that's exactly what happens when you stop having a mission. You need a dragon to slay. I don't care if it's building a garden that makes your neighbors jealous, writing a memoir that shakes someone's soul, or starting a business nobody believes in. You need stress, not the kind that crushes you, but the kind that ignites you. You need a reason to get out of bed that's bigger than breakfast, that's scrolling your phone. If you think you can rest for the next 30 years, let me warn you that rest will turn into a funeral far faster than you imagine. Choose to burn. Do not choose to rot. And stop whining about your energy. Oh, Frank, I'm tired. I don't have the energy I had at 20. Good. You were a fool at 20. We all were. Energy alone is useless. It's chaotic, uncontrolled, wild. Back then, we ran like headless chickens, making noise, breaking things, thinking speed was everything. But now, you have something infinitely more valuable than raw energy, efficiency. A young man runs fast because he has no clue where he's going. An older man walks slow because he knows the shortcuts, he knows the terrain, he knows which paths lead to victory. You know people. You know how the world bends. You can spot a liar a mile away. You know how to control your temper. You're dangerous now. And if you focus all that wisdom, all that precision on a new goal, you'll lap those 20-year-olds without breaking a sweat. Stop seeing your age as a handicap. It's your leverage, your secret weapon. Use it. Look, I'm 92. I know the sun is setting on my life. I see it every morning in the mirror. But you, the sun has barely cleared the horizon. You had decades ahead, 30, 40 years if you're smart. That's more than enough time to transform completely, to become someone nobody recognizes, someone unstoppable. But you can't wait. Not for tomorrow, not for next week. Today, right now. Start moving, start fighting, start creating. I'm not a guru, I'm not a life coach. I'm just an old man who's sick of seeing good people waste their lives. I can't live it for you. I can't make the choices. That's yours. But I will tell you this, don't die before you're dead. Don't let rot creep in. Don't settle. Don't wait. Time isn't slowing down. It doesn't pause. It doesn't care about your excuses, your comfort, your tiredness. Tick-tock, tick-tock. That's the life slipping by. Get at, get moving. Find your dragon. Make your mark. Burn bright, because the alternative is slow, bitter decay. And I'll tell you, nothing in this world hurts more than realizing too late that you could have lived with fire and chose not to. Time's moving. You better start now.